What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have an insanely value-packed video on how to find winning products to build a brand with. And just before we jump into things, I want to let you guys know that I opened up a bunch of availability on my calendar. So it's the first link down in the description if you want to have a chat with me and see if I can help you reach your goals with dropshipping and e-commerce. So without wasting any time, let's get right into it. And right away, I have a product criteria checklist built out for you guys. So go ahead, save this, screenshot it, whatever you need to do. But basically it starts with what we're looking for. So there's 3 different pillars to what we're looking for when it comes to a product to build a winning brand with. And the first one is going to be problem solving and or wow factor. So you probably heard a lot of dropshippers or other people in the space talk about problem solving products and wow factor products. Now, a problem solving product is basically something that solves a particular pain point for a customer. And I have an example here on the right hand side, which we will dive more into, but it's basically a posture corrector. Now, if you've been in the dropshipping game for a while or been watching videos like these, you probably know the posture corrector is one of the all-time best-selling dropshipping products. And that is the perfect example of a problem-solving product. I mean, think about all the people who walk around all day with rolled shoulders and hunchbacks, and that one relatively inexpensive product can fix that problem for a lot of people. Boom. Now that's a winning product that you can build a winning brand around. Now, catch people on impulse. So what I mean by this is basically how effective at getting people's attention is your product. Can you make super eye-catching creatives? Does it blow people away when they first lay eyes on your product or your videos? And this is super important because if you're running Facebook ads or other types of paid advertising, you need to catch customers like flies. They need to be able to see your video and go straight to your website and want to buy it on impulse right away. That's what's going to lead to you becoming profitable through paid advertising and eventually growing and scaling a successful, profitable e-commerce brand. Now, you don't necessarily have to have both a problem solving and a wow factor product, but at least one or the other. Now, moving on, we're looking for exclusivity / saturation. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, how exclusive is your product? Can you just go over to the local Walmart, or can you go online to Amazon and instantly have that product to your door the next day for a fraction of the price? And also, are there other big brands that have already positioned themselves in this space that have millions and millions of dollars of capital and infrastructure to continue growing, developing, and improving, leaving you in the dust? If that is the case, I usually like to stay away from those types of products just because it can be very, very hard to turn into a successful brand long term. It's like trying to make the next Apple AirPods. I'm not necessarily saying you can't. I'm just saying that Apple has amazing infrastructure and capital behind all their products, and they're going to be able to develop and iterate on their AirPods at a faster rate than you. Again, leaving you in the dust and leaving it very, very hard for you to compete against their AirPods. Now, lastly, this pillar is super important and underrated, but this is potential growth. So basically, is there room for improvement in the market or in the product in particular? And is there a passionate audience and niche around the product? And so for this, it's a little bit more difficult for me to just explain to you. So I figured I would show you an example. So this is the Upright Go-To personal posture trainer. And this is a prime example of somebody who's taken the original posture corrector, you know, the ones with the black straps that go on your entire back, and they've improved. They've iterated on the product and they've made it a lot better. And now they can charge a premium price and really build their brand around it. On top of that, they have a passionate audience in that space. So they're in the health and orthopedic space, and there's so many other accessories and products that they could throw in there and continue to grow and establish their brand over time. So here's an example of their website that I have right now. And as you can see, I have the product pulled up. It's an amazing product that they're able to sell for $80 because they improved on that original posture corrector that maybe could have sold for 20 or 30 even on the best of brands. They made it so much smaller, lighter, and portable, sticks right on your back, and it vibrates you gently every time you're out of alignment. Now, because they noticed the improvements they could make on this product, they were also able to establish a brand and sell a bunch of additional products. As you can see in the box alone, they've added a case, charging cables, adhesive removals, and so much more. And they've also integrated an app on the phone, which could potentially be bringing them monthly subscription revenue as well, which is huge. And as you can see, they've also got a secondary product, which is the necklace, and they've made various different versions of their original best-selling product. Now, just to show you what I mean, on Amazon, you can see all of these other posture corrector products are just the standard black ones. Some of them are electronic and do vibrate as well, but Upright Go has positioned themselves as the leader and the innovator in this space. As you can see, they can charge that premium price of $160 here on Amazon for their product because of all that comes with it. The user experience, the brand, the beautiful website, the custom images. You're not going to find that anywhere else for this particular product. So now that you know what the criteria is for selecting these winning products and deciding if you want to improve on them, iterate them, turn them into a full-on brand, we first need to show you a few different methods on how you can actually go out and get these products for yourself. So method number one is what I like to call the local supplier method. So it consists of essentially 3 steps here. And as you can see, in the first step, it's all about searching for that product. Now, if you are going the local route and you're working with somebody locally, keep in mind it's probably going to be a bit more expensive than if you were to go overseas and order a product from China, just because the labor costs and things like that are so much more expensive in the US and Canada and North America, across Europe. So do keep that in mind. But also keep in mind that it's a win-win situation. You're helping grow your local economy, you're helping out people who might not have experience in digital marketing, and you're forming that partnership and teaming up with them and saying, hey, you take care of the inventory, you guys supply the product, and I'll do all the digital marketing. We're gonna make a killer brand around this product. Now, a few things that we look for is a premium product, right? Because it's more expensive, the product quality has to be A1. And where are you gonna find these premium products? You're gonna find them from local vendors at places like farmers markets, mom and pop shops, local boutiques, Craigslist and Etsy. There's tons of online platforms with people posting handmade goods and stuff like that as well. Now, as you can see in the bottom right hand of this slide here, I do have a picture pulled up of actually the Richmond night market. So it's a great example of a market. It's pretty much on all the time. I even went down there last weekend. It's very close by to Vancouver, and you can walk around all the different tents and see all the stuff that people have for sale there. Now, the next step would be to actually get in contact with these people. So go speak to them, maybe send them an email, book an appointment, and in this appointment, you guys need to be talking about the volume. So how much of the product can they actually produce? Are they able to do it at scale? You need to have these conversations upfront and early so that you don't start advertising it and then realize that they can only make one per week and that it's simply not going to work or go anywhere. Now, you also need to have a conversation about private labeling down the line. Would they be okay with you rebranding their products and turning it into your own brand? Or would they want you to sell it as theirs? On top of that, you need to ask them if you can innovate and iterate, if you can have these discussions about the future designs of the product and things like that. And then of course, you want to make sure the quality is A1 again. If you're paying for a more expensive product, it has to be premium. It has to provide a very good user experience, and it has to fit all the criteria we previously talked about in that checklist. Now, naturally, the last step is labeled contract. So in this step, you need to negotiate. Again, figure out that win-win scenario. You're helping them because you're a digital marketer, you have online skills, and for the most part, these people would love to take their business and get their product out there to as many people as they can. So it definitely is a win-win. On top of that, you guys are both going to make some pretty sweet money in the building of this brand. Now, in terms of pricing, you need to ask them as the order volume increases, meaning as you start to order in bulk, when you expect to get more and more orders scaling up, can they slowly reduce the price in increments so that you can get to the point that's most profitable for you? And before you rush into any long-term contract or agree to buy out a specific amount of their products or whatever it is, you want to get on a trial period with them first, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2 months, to actually advertise the product, get some demand, get some proof of concept before going guns a-blazing into this business. So that's pretty much the local supplier method, and it's a great way to find unique products to help your local economy, to help people who otherwise might not know how to sell their products to the digital world and reach the mass market. And overall, it's just an amazing method to grow a brand. But now on to the next method. This is more the traditional dropshipping to e-commerce method that I talk about on my channel all the time. And this begins with contacting suppliers on Alibaba, AliExpress, DHgate, Taobao, one of those websites essentially, and reaching out to these suppliers. Now I'll show you an example of this live right now. So I'm on AliExpress here, and let's say I find a product I like. All I want to do is click onto that product, scroll down to where I can see the supplier information, and then hit contact. Then it's going to take me to the AliExpress messaging center. And essentially from here, I have an example pulled up already of what you want to do. You want to message them and tell them you're an experienced dropshipper that has done thousands of sales or tons of orders, and you're looking to expand your brand into their market and start selling some of their products. Then you tell them to contact you as soon as possible through WeChat, Skype, or WhatsApp. Now, as you can probably see, I put spacing in between WeChat, Skype, and WhatsApp. That's because AliExpress takes high fees on all the transactions and they don't want you to leave their platform. But it's best for you to leave their platform because it's going to save you so much more money. It's going to give you more reliability. It's going to give you more power to negotiate with suppliers and so much more that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do on AliExpress. So that's how you get people to contact you, because if you didn't put the spaces or something clever like that, AliExpress would go ahead and shut down your message to them because they really don't want you off their platform. Now, the next thing you probably see here is that I did mention I'm an experienced dropshipper. Now, you don't have to do this, but I'd highly recommend really making yourself look polished, because these people want to make money just as badly as you do, if not more. They want to know that you're going to get orders in front of them. They want to know that you're going to be bringing them in cash. So if you leave a message like that, they're going to be highly interested in working with you, and they're probably going to get back to you very, very soon. Now, back to the blueprint here. The next step is going to be market research. So basically you want to inquire about the warehouse, the inventory, existing retailers they're working with, and this is once you already have the conversation going with them. You want to ask them if you can see their warehouse, how much order volume they're doing, and then of course, if they're willing to share all the dropshippers and e-commerce brands they work with, show what type of orders they're getting and things like that. That gives you direct insight into their warehouse to see exactly what's selling. And I've found some of the best selling products I've ever sold using this exact method, because I'm going directly to the source and I'm getting access to all those winning products from the suppliers. It's basically a hack to finding winning products for dropshipping. Now, the next step, of course, is to actually go out and test that product. So of course, you're going to launch it on a branded niche store, which is what I always recommend. And then you're going to validate it and get proof of concept. Once you start seeing sales roll in, maybe you're at break-even point and starting to become profitable. And then at some point around there, you begin to make the decision on scaling it into a real long-term e-commerce brand. And that's when you're going to be starting to order the product in bulk to warehouses. You're going to be shopping around with tons of different suppliers, setting up 3PLs or alternative fulfillment centers across the US, Canada, potentially even Europe and other countries as well. And then you're going to be in talks of white labeling the product, getting your custom packaging, logos, getting much faster shipping, and just all the things that come with having a real brand. Now, I've also put together a product research blueprint for you guys. So essentially, this is an alternative way to find great products. And it's something that I've built into my schedule every single day. So I'll literally do this 15, 20 minutes every night and start building up my massive list of winning products that I have ready all the time, and I can start testing whenever I feel like it. So it all starts with some sort of ad spy tool here at the top. I myself use Drop by Spy, honestly, because it's pretty much the cheapest and it functions like all of the others just the same, if not better. I really like the layout of it. Anyways, I'll show you guys that in a second, but there's two different methods that kind of branch down from using Drop by Spy. And the first one I coined as the general store method. And in this one, you go out and find branded stores, maybe niche stores, general stores, and you go straight to their website and you look at a bunch of products that they're selling. What you'll probably want to do is save their website to a bookmark somewhere on your browser as well, and come back to it every so often and see what types of products they're cycling in. I recommend having a solid list of around 5 to 10 of these stores and checking back in on them regularly to get new product ideas. Now, the second method that branches down on the right-hand side here is actually the Facebook page method. So with this one, when you find an ad or a product that catches your attention, you want to go to that brand's Facebook page. And from there, this method gets really cool because you can actually have access to the ads that they're running. It's a relatively new feature on Facebook, but they're trying to keep a lot of things transparent with their advertisers now. So you can go onto their page, you can see the ads they're running, and you can decide from there, okay, which ad is actually bringing them a lot of profits. And then you can try to replicate or emulate what they've done in some way or another with a similar product and layout to your creative. Now let me show you exactly how that's done. So this is Drop by Spy here, where you can filter through tons of different things, like set a certain amount of likes, shares, that kind of thing. And then you can scroll through tons of different ads. Basically, if you hit this Facebook here, it'll take you to the Facebook page. If you hit details, you'll get more details about the product. You can also save it to a folder and come back to it later. And by clicking learn more, it'll actually take you directly to the competitor's website as well. Now, this method is exactly how I found this brand called Accelerator. Again, it's one of the brands that I come back to regularly and spy on what they're doing, what type of products they're releasing. And they are releasing tons of hot products on here all the time and constantly throwing up advertisements. And let me take you through exactly how to spy on what type of ads they're running right now. So if you scroll down on their page and you see on the left-hand side here where it says page transparency, just hit see all next to it and click go to ad library. So right away, you're gonna have access to, as you can see, 55 results of ads they currently have running. And these guys are very active. As you can see, they've launched a bunch of new creatives today. It's August 10th at the day I'm recording this, and I'm seeing all these new ads pop up here on August 10th. But if I scroll a ways down, I can see September 23rd, 2020, and this advertisement is still active and running. So what does that tell me? That tells me that this product is probably very profitable for them to be still running this same advertisement for all that time. So go ahead and click onto the video so you guys can get an idea for what product this actually is. I mean, makes sense, right? You guys have probably seen the moon lamp do very, very well for a lot of people in dropshipping for quite a while. And if you hopped onto it early and branded yourself as a top competitor with this product, you're probably still making a lot of money on it, just like Accelerator here. Next up here, I highly encourage you guys to do some market research as well. So this is how you find those untapped markets and gold mine niches. And essentially I have three methods here on the right-hand side. So the first one is exploding topics, and I'll pull up the website here. So basically, it shows you trends in a bunch of different categories. You do have to upgrade to Pro if you want to see everything, but honestly, the free version is really all you need. And as you can see, you can go ahead and pick your niche here. So if we pick, let's say fashion, we can see a bunch of brands that are killing it right now, such as Manscaped, StockX, the Oodie, Nike SB Dunk, Skims, and then we can go ahead and click onto a brand that we see is exploding. We can look into the trends and see how they're performing. We can then go to their website and see what kind of products they're selling. I know Skims is a shapewear line, which shapewear has been an exploding niche and product for the past few months, so that definitely explains why it's on here. So as you can see, it's a great way to come on and find big brands who are killing it and doing very, very well in new emerging markets. Now you also have Google Trends. So Google Trends is great for validating niches and making sure that they're doing well. So right now, let's take a look at the home cooking niche by typing in a few keywords here. And we can see there's a massive spike going on right now. So for whatever reason, people are really looking into home cooking right now, and it might be a good time to set up a branded store niche around it and start selling products in that space. Now, basically what this means is search volume. So you can go over the past 12 months, past 5 years, really any time frame you want, and it'll give you a good indication of how much people are searching these types of keywords. Another good niche I want to check on right now is camping. So camping always does well in the summer. As you guys can see, it goes up around July and August and then falls down to almost rock bottom in the winter. So right now it had been going crazy. If you caught wind of this, you probably would have made a lot of money if you found great camping products and put up a niche store. Now, lastly on the list, I have here, open your eyes. And what I mean by that is just open your eyes to the world around you. Just walk around, see what products you're using on a daily basis, what products your mom is using, your friends are using, anyone out there in the community. Talk to people, get feedback, see what's out there, see what's working, and just remember, every single thing is a business opportunity. I'm looking around my room right now and I'm seeing so much opportunity. I'm seeing headphones, water bottles. My mind is running on how I can improve them, where I can go if I can build a brand, all the different things I can do. And I highly encourage all of you guys to think in a business mind throughout your day-to-day life. And you're gonna notice that suddenly you're gonna have so many new and fresh ideas popping into your head. And lastly, guys, just before you click off, thank you guys so much for watching. I put a lot of thought and effort into this video. I really hope you got some value out of it. So please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, drop a like on the video, and comment down below. It helps the algorithm. It helps me get these videos out there so much more. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.